It's Monday, October 7th, 2024, and this is the Climate One audio newsletter. I'm producer Austin Colon.
And I'm producer Megan Basilia.
Our most recent episode is a pretty powerful listen. It's called No Justice Without Climate Justice. Before Justin J. Pearson became a national voice for common sense gun regulation, he was a strong advocate for climate and environmental justice, having worked to defeat a multi-billion-dollar crude oil pipeline that could have poisoned Memphis's drinking water and taken land from South Memphis residents. Meanwhile, in Cleveland, Mayor Justin Bibb is working to make climate a top priority in his traditionally fossil fuel-friendly city. From his first press conference where he discussed making Cleveland a 15-minute city, to his current push to electrify municipal fleets and decarbonize the city block by block, Bibb is leading his city to advance climate solutions and close the racial wealth gap. You can listen to the episode now on climateone.org or wherever you get your pods.
Here's what we're reading this week. United Kingdom closes final coal plant. In 1882, Thomas Edison's company opened the world's first coal-fired power plant in London. But last week, after 142 years of coal-powered electricity production, the United Kingdom became the largest economy yet to completely phase out coal power. The United Kingdom committed to phasing out coal in 2010 and has grown its renewable energy sector from 7% of the nation's electricity to 50% this year. Coal is the most carbon-intensive source of electricity, and other developed economies like Sweden and Belgium have also dropped coal entirely. Over here in the United States, coal's share of power supply is down to 16%, and President Biden has committed the country to completely phasing out coal by 2035. After the Paris Agreement was signed in 2015, the global shift away from coal rapidly accelerated. However, while coal-fired power has fallen 62% worldwide, in the past decade, developing economies like India and China continue to open new coal plants at a brisk pace. This widening disparity has raised questions about how to balance the renewable energy transition with economic justice, as coal is often the cheapest source of power for nations without access to easy financing to build renewable infrastructure. Economists and politicians will be closely watching how the just transition, which aims to ensure that the benefits of the renewable energy transition apply to everyone, works out in the United Kingdom.
The end of an era. And now, here are the other headlines we're keeping an eye on. From the climate brink, climate change made Helene's rainfall more severe. From the Washington Post, should you worry about evacuating in an EV? From The Verge, Zillow will now show climate risks for property listings in the U.S. And from the LA Times, study finds Central Valley residents continually exposed to toxic soup of pesticides. All right, now let's connect the dots. More than a month into the school year, Chicago's teachers union remains without a contract. A major sticking point in collective bargaining has been upgrades to the infrastructure that Chicago's public schools desperately need to prepare for climate disruption. Many buildings lack basic amenities like air conditioning and windows that open and close. Unions across the industrial spectrum are increasingly stepping up to force climate action. Climate One spoke recently with Chicago Teachers Union President Stacey Davis Gates and 3 other labor leaders to delve into the how and why behind climate workers' demands for climate mitigation efforts. You can find that episode under the title, Unions You Wouldn't Expect, Bargaining for Climate Action.
One more thing. The most common question we receive from listeners is simply, what can I do? If our recent conversations with inspiring leaders like Representative Pearson and Jane Goodall have left you searching for ways to take action in the face of the climate crisis, then Climate One has your back. Our website includes resources for getting involved in your community, initiating tricky climate conversations with loved ones, and even saving yourself money while lowering emissions. Have a suggestion for something else we should include in our guide? Send an email to the Climate One team and let us know. You can find our email address on our website, climateone.org. And that's it for this week's Climate One audio newsletter.
Thanks for listening.